Karl, all that's marked. Okay, black please in 3, 2, 1. Okay, Karl, when there's light, Karl, would you like to break?
Yeah.
Thank you. First frame, Karl O'Donoghue to break. Time running. Red ball's in play.
So apologies, just missed the first couple of shots. This is Karl O'Donoghue at the table. He's playing Mark Boyle. This is a losers, I believe, I'll check it, I think it's a losers round 3. I think it's losers 3. Let's have a quick look. This is, yeah, losers round 3. Karl O'Donoghue breaks first, and it's 1-0. What a great lineup this is. Irishman versus Scotsman. With the Englishman in the commentary box. We could make a joke out of this. Just looking across at other scores, Scott Gillespie 4 each against Harjeet Singh. Lee Clough 6-3 up against Arfan Dad. Neil Wren's beaten Adam Penwell 7-4. Liam White 6-5 up against Jake McCartney. Ryan Clark beat John Cairns. Tom Cousins is out. Drew Hughes won that deciding frame and has beaten Tom Cousins 8 frames to 7. That's early bath for Tom. That's probably the earliest he's gone out in any of these events. He's gone out in losers round 2. Goodness me, I missed that one while I was doing the interviews and taking a quick break. Whew. Tom Cousins will not feature anymore in this event. Wow. Gareth Hibbert 7-4 up against Wayne Fryer. Craig Waddingham 8-2 against Michael Lamb. Mason Penny 6-3 against Jamie Mantle. Losers round 3 games already underway. Dave Fernandez, Jez Graham, Darren McVicker, Sam Bircher. Darren's 2-1 up. Carboys Ben Flack 1 each. Chris Melling has just started against Leiden de Bono. Ben Tanner is just underway against Callum Singleton 1 each. Ryan Clark, Craig Lakin 1 each. Drew Hughes, Sean Story 1 each. And Craig Waddingham 2-0 against Richard Gifford. So we can now fully focus on Karl O'Donoghue versus Mark Boyle. Two of the most well-known and popular guys on the circuit. Both come with a good following.
Extension called.
Mark Boyle, one of the players that if you've got a youngster who wants to improve their game, styling your game on Mark Boyle, you could find far worse people to do it on. Great style, great stance, ex-snooker player. Just look at this. Look at that. Absolute perfection. He's run into trouble. He's run into trouble. Yeah, the perfect stance into the table. Chin right down on the ball. Lovely cue action. Nice solid pause on the backswing. As I say. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. I mean, what can you say? It was going. It was going to bottom right. And the white kicked it out and kicked it into bottom left. I mean, he was going to be very unlucky to kick that out. And then he was very lucky to kick it in. So, shouldn't be making too many apologies about that shot. It was a great shot. Left this tricky, hasn't he? These are horrible. I mean, you fancy him to get it, but when you look at these as a club player, it's just you're playing into a blind pocket, so you have to pick your spot on the ball, and just go with it. Playing into a blind pocket, and that near knuckle looms really big. Lovely, played it at a great pace, where even if he grazed the knuckle, it was still going to drop. That's a nice clearance. Did we catch that shot? I think we did. Look at this. What a great pot, because it's going. That is going. Well, do you know, looking back at that, he might have just been missing that to the near rail. It was going to be close. Anyway, it's 1 frame each. Have a look. Is it going? I think it was just going to near knuckle. I think he'd missed it. On first glance, I thought he potted it, but looking at it again, I think it was just heading towards the near knuckle. Look at that, right at the top, Harjeet Singh. It's not a good day for the Scotsman, is it? The Scottish could well be having an early bath. Liam Dunster's already halfway up the M6. Scott Gillespie could be quite close behind him.
Third frame, Karl O'Donoghue needs a break. 1 frame more. Time running.
Needs Mark Boyle to win just to hold up the Scottish end. And of course, Jamie is still in as well. Jamie Burnett.
Time out.
Oh, and of course Barry Lynn, he's still there as well. Jamie Burnett is waiting for the winner of Liam White and Jake McCartney. I'll tell you what, Jake McCartney was 6-4 down in that game, and he's now leading 7-6. So he's won 3 on the bounce, and he's on the hill. Gareth Hibbert, who found himself in the losers section early doors. He's playing Wayne Fryer. I bet those two have crossed swords a number of times over the years. 7-4. Jez Graham was 1-0 down against Dave Fernandez. He's won the next 2. He now leads 2 frames to 1. Darren McVicker is 3-1 up against Sam Bircher. The Southwest boys putting on a decent showing this weekend. Greg Batten's still in the winners section, having beaten Callum Singleton. Jez and Darren still featuring. Wonder if one of these... Oh, of course, Shane Thompson's still there as well, isn't he? In the winner's side. Wonder if one of these boys can feature deep into the event. Coming up after this is going to be winners qualification. I wonder what games they're going to put on the stream tables. Jordan Shepherd against Greg Batten. That's got to make one of the stream tables, hasn't it? Surely. Smells like main arena to me. But well, Jimmy Croxton's playing Dom Coomey. I reckon the next draw they'll choose personally. Jack Willian against Sean Chipperfield. I reckon that's the one they'll probably put. Josh Kane against Neil Raybone. Steve Petty against John McAllister. Adam Davis against Shane Thompson. Craig Marsh against Chris Day. Has Shane Thompson ever played on the main arena? He must have done. Surely he must have done. Adam Davis has. Steve Petty, John McAllister. We haven't seen much of Steve Petty so far. Anyway, we shall keep a watching brief. Oh dear me. What was that? Poor contact?
Time out.
Has to be, doesn't it? I mean, getting the ball cleaned and where that cue ball's landed. I mean, even if the yellow had gone.
Time running.
I don't think he had a shot on the last yellow. So, if Karl chooses to, he could leave Mark in a lot of bother here. He can definitely use the tactics to his advantage. He can pop the one along the rail and then use one of the other balls to plant. Yeah, I think he'll be doing it now. So he's going to plant red onto yellow and leave Mark in a snooker. So basically it's a tactical shot, it's loss of turn, and Mark has to play the ball from where it lies. If he's got the wrong angle here and he's going to nudge into the black, which it looks like he might just have, then he may not play it. I think he's got the wrong angle. Can't avoid nudging into the black, so he can't play that shot. So he's going to pop this top corner, and I think he'll use the one. Yeah, he's got a better angle now. Or has he? Has he come far enough? No, still hasn't. He's going to have a third try. No, he's going to use the other ball. Clever little shot. As I say, just using the rules for your advantage. Now don't forget, Mark can't just run off of one cushion and nestle in behind the yellow. He has to hit a cushion after this shot. So he's going to have to hit it with pace. Keeps the game aggressive. And that will be ball in. No, it won't. No, that's just loss of turn. So Karl plays it from where it is. It wasn't a foul because he contacted the yellow first. Sorry, the rule's just catching me out there for a second. Wow, another miss. Karl just looking at pushing the red away, leaving the cue ball somewhere around about where the bulk line meets the cushion to make sure that he's not leaving an attacking option for Mark. Very conservative shot. I think other players would have used it's quite a big target to hide behind the reds and the blacks. So I think other players would have tried to play a snooker. Whoa! Just short of a couple of inches of pace. Clever shot from Karl. Again, just loss of turn. And it really epitomizes that this game punishes you for making mistakes. And Mark made a mistake. He missed the ball. Okay, all right, it was unfortunate. It was a kick, but even so, he missed the ball. No, Red first. The referee spotting that immediately, calling foul, but it was in off anyway, so.
Ball in hand. Time running.
But as I say, it just getting punished for making a mistake and missing that ball. And a game that Mark really should have won. A frame. It's going to go the way of Karl. This is going to be 2-1. Scott Gillespie on the verge of going out. Harjeet Singh now 7-4 up against him. Yeah, as I thought, Steve Petty against John McAllister is going to be the main arena table. Jordan Shepherd against Greg Batten on table 11. Clint Ironson, Phil Harrison, table 4, and Jimmy Cox and Dom Cooney, table 3. So those will be your next stream games in the 6 p.m. session. 4 very good games. Would have liked to have seen Jordan against Greg, as I have a vested interest in both of those players. Would have been nice to see them on the main arena.
Fourth frame. Karl Boyle to break. Sorry, Mark Boyle to break. Trailing 2 frames to 1. Time running.
Another massive miss there from Mark. Goodness. There's a couple of big ones from in there.
Extension called.
Big shot, makes it. Look at that, fine figure of a man. That there is the co-organizer, Mr. Lee Grout. So mistakes from both players now. And who could pick a winner from this game? I mean, this one could absolutely go either way. Both players just not at the top of their game at the moment, not able to find it. Both in the losers section, both have to win.
Extension called.
So, plan for these two balls. Doesn't have an ideal angle on the yellow to top corner. I don't think anything passes that red into top right. These are tricky now. Has to try and land above to get the one closest to the pocket. But then how does he get on the other one? Well, he's gonna play a snooker, and I don't blame him at all. Well, that could have gone wrong. I don't blame him, but this is a fairly simple. Any contact on that red, he's going to pot it. So it really is all about, yeah, just making sure that he gets the white ball out into open play. Doesn't want to hit it full in the face because he's going to leave the cue ball right up in the jaws of the pocket. He doesn't want to hit it too thin because the white could come down and get snookered behind the yellows. So he needs to play this with some care. Well,
Foul.
he's missed it.
Ball in hand. Time running.
And ball in hand, as you hear the referee call. So, I think Mark Boyle would have feared the worst there after those couple of misses. These have been scrappy frames.
Frame.
Two frames each. Nothing between them. Errors from both players. They're going to have to up their game.
Fifth frame. Karl Donahue to break. 2 frames all. Time running.
Karl opting for yellows. Either set had problem balls. The tough ball here is this yellow above the 3 reds, near to us. Where does it go? Well, I think this shot could open it all up. He's spotted. So he's going to play this yellow off the red, open up the middle bag. That's not only going to open it for the ball that's adjacent to it, it's also going to open it for the ball that's nearest the black spot. Key to the frame here. Oh, that's no good. He was looking to play down onto the yellow bottom corner and then play back through the gap, the yellow to the one nearest the black now into middle bag. Greg Lakin is currently 7-1 down against Ryan Clark. After a really good showing yesterday, he beat... who did he beat? I was about to say Lee Clough, but it wasn't Lee Clough. He beat... I'm going to have to look it up now. He had a really good win yesterday. Boyle, Karl Boys. Sorry, Boys. But since then, he's just not turned up for duty today. Expected him to have a deep run. Such a good attacking player. Probably went out and had a few beers last night. And, perhaps a bit worn out. Anyway. Mark Boyle breaks and goes dry. Karl O'Donoghue will be taking reds. That's good. If he's got through to the potting angle, he's played a good shot there. He's attacking his most difficult ball first, and that's the one. And he needed to play him in this order as well because, well, looking at that angle, can he get through to the potting angle? Not sure he can. You wanted to play the one that's closest to the rail first, because if he takes the other one, he's going to find it difficult to get back onto that ball. Yeah, doesn't have the potting angle, so he's having to take the outside one. And now this is much, much thinner. Doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball. You can play this thin and it'll come twice across table. The white ball's naturally going to come back across. So he's just planning out the rest of the route. He has rerouted, so he obviously didn't like the angle on that ball. That's a nice shot. Tricky these are. And I think he's going to have to play it with a trace of right-hand side as well, just to avoid contact in the black. And that makes it just a little bit harder. Now has he got the potting angle? I think he's okay this time. So top left, again, doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball. Can just fully focus on the pot. Wow. She wiped her feet, as they say. As old Ted Lowe would have said many years ago on his snooker commentary. Wiped his feet. And I remember Ted Lowe, or am I just the only old one around that remembers old Ted commentating on the snooker? Brilliant he was.
Frame.
Another frame for Karl.
Seventh frame. Karl O'Donoghue to break, leading 4 frames to 2. Time running. Yellow ball's in play. Extension call.
Darren McVicker's now 5-4 up against Sam Bircher. Dave Fernandez, Jez Graham tied up at 4 each. Karl Boy's 5-3 against Ben Flack. Chris Melling's 6-2 up against Leiden De Bono. Johan Attard 3-2 against Scott Muscat. Callum Singleton already through against Ben Tanner 8-3. Declan Brennan's won the first frame against Lee Clough. Jake McCartney 2-1 up against Jamie Burnett. Ryan Clark 7-2 up against Lakin. Drew Hughes trailing Sean Story 5-4. Craig Lakin's just won another frame, 7-3 now. Gareth Hibbett 2-0 against Barry Lynn. Craig Waddingham on the hill 7-4 against Richard Gifford. And Mason Penioli Bell just about to get underway. While Mark Boyle goes about this clearance to pull it back within 1 frame. I can tell you that the lovely organisers have put on Jordan Shepherd against Greg Batten on the main arena table. That should be a great game. An absolutely great game. And on paper, I guess Jordan the slight favourite, but I guess if there was a bookie, he would probably price that Jordan like, I don't know, 4 to 6. Some may even make him like, you know, maybe even like 2 to 5 or something like that. But never underestimate Greg. He pushed Phil Harrison all the way. He pushed Liam Dunster all the way. This is no good. Slightly unlucky, but it was running out of position previous to that. And Mark, it's just not happening for him at the moment. No. I mean, even that shot, you expect him to get close. And he should be in all kinds of bother now. Karl should be just playing a simple little snooker here, because in getting out of it, even if Mark does get out of it, the chances are he's going to be opening up Karl's bad balls. In off, and the black drops in, and that is loss of frame. Not quite sure why Karl was walking across the table. He had a wry smile with Mark. Don't know if he thought that the ball was coming. He's still laughing about it now. I don't know whether he didn't see the black had gone in, or whether he thought somehow it was going to get respotted or something. I'm not sure. Enjoying a nice pint of apple juice there, no doubt. Yeah, definitely apple juice in that glass. And there is a picture of the Supreme Masters trophy. What a wonderful trophy that is. Look at that. Who's going to be picking that one up? Who'd you fancy to pick it up? Just catching up with the comments on YouTube. Someone asking if I was going to be coming up to Falkirk on the 15th of June. I would love to, but I think that's the weekend of the Golden 8 Ball. So we'll be working in Blackpool that weekend. But we hope you have a great weekend up there. I know it will be. All the lads will enjoy a trip beyond the North Wall. Max asking what happened to the bookie. I can't give you a lot of detail because I'm not sure, but I'm sure Jed will be back for the next event in full float, and we look forward to that. And we hope he's well and enjoying the pool this weekend. This is another one of those little clearances that is going to be tricky. Getting from the penultimate red to the last red is going to be an awkward little positional shot. It's just about position now. If he gets the right position on the second last red, then he's absolutely fine. But even the black only really goes to a couple of pockets, so it goes to bottom left or right center. That's okay. Played it with drag and played it well. Left a nice angle. I think he can just stun down onto the yellow. Wow, he's just quit on that. And another, he really, maybe not as far as the yellow on the bulk line, but even there would have been better than where he is now. He just wanted to leave a half ball angle so he could just naturally track across to the right hand rail. Now this is much more difficult. He's come below the ball. Well, he's given himself a shot. You can take it to right centre, or it does go top corner. Neither shot particularly nice. You expect him to go for centre. Yeah. Oh, I thought that was just at the pace where it was going to drop in off the knuckle. I thought that was in. Thought it was going to dip in off the knuckle, but shake of his head. Don't know what's going on with Mark at the moment. Yeah, John asking a question that, well, it's got a fairly obvious answer, really. Would we be interested in streaming Boyle v Farnsworth in November? Yeah, absolutely. But early indications are that that game will not be streamed. Whether that changes or not, who knows? But, it doesn't look like it's going to be a stream game. I think they want to pack the venue, quite understandably so. But a lot can happen between now and November, so who knows? But yeah, I mean, that's going to be obviously one of the biggest games to have ever happened. And we've streamed some massive games in our time. Boyle v Waddingham, Boyle v Janssen, Boyle v Cousins, to name a few. We like covering the Mark Boyle games, that's for sure. Superb. So, for those of you who have been asleep, the game has been arranged for November between Mark Boyle and Mark Farnsworth. Pot size undecided, but Mark Farnsworth has said that he'll turn up with 100,000 and basically match anything they can get. He was seen to say that on social media last night, but I think it was slightly course-fueled. But Mark's normally a man of his word, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. I'm sure there'll be lots of developments over the next 6 months. I could definitely see that being a 100,000 game. But we shall see. We'll watch that space with interest. Long way away. A lot can happen. But if that game does go forward, yeah, what a fantastic spectacle that will be. I think either way, you can rest assured that I will be at that game. Whether there's a stream and I'm commentating on it and I just go up and watch it, one way or another, I shall be there.
Ninth frame. Karl O'Donoghue to break, leading 6 frames to 2.
Anyway, our focus is with Karl O'Donoghue and Mark Boyle, and Karl running away with this one at the moment.
Time out. Time running.
Key shot coming up. White off 2 cushions. Taking his half, another one. This is not the Mark Boyle we know and love.
Extension call.
Tricky layout now for Karl. Two of the yellows tied up. So you can try and land on one of the awkward yellows. He does have an angle if he wants to try and move it. I think he might be a little bit thin to try and land on it. Just, is that okay? Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. In fact, it's a perfect angle. Nice shot. Is he okay? Yeah, he's still fine. Got this nippy little cut into bottom left. Another half roll of the ball and he would have been in trouble. I think the yellow at the top of the table, I think he's probably going to have to leave it for a double. Wow, that was loose. He's not come far enough by 3 or 4 inches. He wanted to stay high to make sure he could get back up table, but well, maybe a kick. I didn't see it clearly. Maybe a kick. Maybe doing him a injustice there. He's having the cue ball cleaned, which would suggest that he had, or he felt he had some kind of poor contact. So I looked away for a second, so I didn't actually see the contact on the ball.
Extension called.
So after another error, another frame goes to Karl O'Donoghue and he goes to the hill at 7 frames to 2.
Tenth frame. Sorry, one moment. 10th frame. Mark Boyle to break, trailing 7 frames to 2. Time running.
Mark Boyle put everything into that break. I just popped to the bathroom and walked back as he was going through it, and he launched his shoulder into it, but it's not done him any good. He's come up dry. So, not a good day at the moment for the Scots. Ben Flack is out, beaten by Karl Boys. Karl Boys, sorry. Yeah, Liam we saw go out. Scott Gillespie's out by the hands of Harjeet Singh. And looks like Mark Boyle's about to go out. So this is an absolute decimation of the Scottish. They could have all got in one card by the look of it. Barry Lynn's still holding up the end. He's currently 5-3 up against Gareth Hibbert. What a weekend he's having. He could be the only one left shortly. Normally such a strong contingent coming out of Scotland, but not their weekend at the moment. It's a nice shot by Karl. Needs to be careful with this. But I think he's absolutely fine. He can just bump the yellow across to the other pocket. Doesn't want it to sit on the cushion. Yeah, that's why I said he needed to be careful. It was easy just to hit that one a little bit too hard. So, hands Mark Boyle a thin lifeline. So as I mentioned, a lifeline for Mark. Needs this shot to come out right here. Top cushion, side cushion into the reds. Needs them both to come out. Well, actually, he didn't. I'm not quite sure which he went for, because he missed one of them by so much. I think he was coming off 2 cushions to hit the reds, but he missed it by so much he almost potted the yellow, which would have also been absolutely fine. But as it was, he didn't actually do either, and he's just flicked the reds into a worse position. That's the snooker. But again, a 1 cushion escape. You expect Karl to get out of a fairly big target. It's not deep in the jaws of the pocket. It's just a sort of inch out of the pocket, so it makes it a reason anywhere in the jaws, and he's going to pot it. Oh, doesn't want to follow it in though. Just hit it too thick. Followed the cue ball straight in behind, and that now should be 7-3.
Time running.
But you feel that it's probably already over for Mark. In his head, he won't think so, because he's a fighter. Good. That's all he can do. First step along the path. 7-3 within 4 frames, but it's a massive uphill battle from here.
Frame. Karl O'Donoghue to break, leading 7 frames to 3. Time running.
So Mark breaking this one. Is it Mark? No. Sorry, the graphic was wrong. It was Karl breaking that one. What a break.
Yellow ball's in play.
So just these last few yellows. And you expect this to be the last 3 shots of the match. And what? There was me just starting to administer last rites. What an amazing miss. Maybe just took his eye off the prize. Admittedly, he's left it pretty horrible for Mark. He's going to have to find a big opener. There's nowhere safe on the table, so attacking option it has to be. And he's looking at a plant, but surely the half-ball pot on the ball nearest the black spot has got to be easier than that, hasn't it? I mean, look at it. It's oh, that's treacherous. Treacherous shot. Surely he's going to back himself to play the pot the long one, isn't he? It's got to be. I mean, I would fancy him to get that long shot 7 out of 10, and I think that plant's probably a 3 out of 10. Well, what can you say? He's got it. How unlucky is he? Wow, that is ridiculous. Horrible. What a cruel game. Such a great plant. Little blind, offset, thin plant like that. Really tough. This one's tougher. Yeah. That for me was probably like a 1 in 10. I'm not saying anything. After that last miss a minute ago, which I never expected. I mean, that could have put the pressure really back on Karl's shoulders if Mark could have found the clearance there. So unfortunate to land behind the black. And there it is. There's the win for Karl O'Donoghue. We say farewell to Mark Boyle. And well, good performance there from Karl. He talked about consistency, and he started to find glimmers of consistency there. And yeah, Mark Boyle, a fond farewell as he travels back up the motorway, swiftly behind Scott Gillespie and Liam Dunster. We're going to get Karl O'Donoghue across into the interview room. I'm not sure if there's going to be someone else. I know that Lee was going to try and get a couple of players in. But, either way, we'll be talking to Karl in a matter of moments. We shall speak to you shortly. So joined by Karl O'Donoghue off the back of a decent win there against Mark Boyle. Tough opponent.
Yeah, I settled into the match quite quick.
Yeah.
I got off to a nice little start as well. Just barely error in the second frame. Played quite well, like up until towards the end. You know, I started loosening up a little bit. Silly mistakes. Nearly gotten back into the match as well, but I got a kick on that last one.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think.
No,
I saw you getting the ball clean. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Seemed like a kick.
Yeah, I kind of was.
Yeah.
But no, I was cueing the ball well.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, we spoke after the first win against Gaz Hibbert about finding some consistency.
Yeah.
Then obviously you've gone straight on and lost to Jamie Burnett. But now, you know, a couple of good solid wins under your belt against Greg Dixon and now against Mark. I mean, you know, you're finding glimmers. Event 1 got to a quarter final, so you know you're starting to make inroads and deep runs.
Yeah, it's just important. Like the breaks are massive, and I had a few terrible breaks there as well today. Like just dry. Like
Yeah,
does me head in. I'm just going to change something up, and I might have to hit them softer or something. I don't know. I'll see me next match.
Yeah, I mean, I know Chris Manning tried a couple of times in his match doing like a tap break, and he seemed to do it with some success.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try something anyway because you can't really get it. I was just fortunate enough today that when I was breaking dry, like they were kind of clustered up, like, you know, two here. Like it made work hard for Mark. Like, and to be fair, he didn't play well.
You don't really expect that many chances from Mark, do you? He's normally such a high level professional.
Yeah.
But there must be something in the water for the Scottish today because Liam's already heading up the motorway. Scott Gillespie's heading up the motorway, and now Mark's heading up there as well. And there's only Barry Lynn holding up the Scottish end. So
yeah,
I don't know what it is.
No, it's listen, it is what it is, isn't it? I'll just look forward to my next match now. Just hopefully I play well.
Just talking about matches, I just want to touch briefly. You've got an upcoming money match against Declan Brennan.
6th of July.
Yeah, I mean, big game that one, eh? I mean, I know you don't shy away from the big games, but that's another big one. I mean, obviously Declan, he's made a big impression over the last his couple money matches, and obviously winning event 1. It's different in a money match environment, of course, but you know, it's a big big challenge. You looking forward to it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Have you played each other much before? Do you practice together?
No, never played him before.
No,
never. We're mates, like we're sharing
yeah.
that. We're sharing this weekend, like he's a top lad, like.
Oh, so you're sharing with him, and then you're going to go and play him for like 20,000 and want to rip his face off.
Yeah, a bit more than that. No, I'm looking forward to the match.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Yeah.
Should be an absolute cracker.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah, bit of luck. We both play well, like to perform as well, because there'll be an awful lot of people there as well. So
yeah.
Bit of luck, the two of us perform on the day, and whoever wins.
Yeah, absolutely. Did he kind of did you take any inspiration from his win in event 1? I mean, you came close, but I mean, it's easy to kind of look at where he's come from, and maybe that was like that big win crossing the threshold for him.
Yeah, like it was a massive win.
Yeah.
And to be fair to him, like he played absolutely outstanding. You know, he really did. Like, I never seen him play before, really, until towards the end of the last event.
Yeah.
And I ended up, I said, you know what, I'll just book my flight and just stay in case he does win it. Like, and no, I was delighted for him. Just hopefully I play well and go deep and see what happens.
Hope so. Hope we see you in the business end again.
Hopefully, Nick.
Carl, always a pleasure to talk to you.
Yeah, gentlemen.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
Cheers. Coming up next on the mainstream table is going to be a great game as Jordan Shepherd is actually against Greg Batten. So stick around for that game. We'll probably be live in about 10 minutes or so. See you soon.